Can you hear me? I think I was muted. Excellent. So all about the ways that we think, act, and carry on that just make it so that we're really protecting ourselves, but honestly, we're screwing ourselves over. So we'll end with that. I'm really excited to talk about all of this nonsense here and show you what I got, what I use, what I love, and we will go from there. Okay, so you guys have maybe heard me talk about mushrooms a lot lately. Not those kinds of mushrooms. We're not doing any psychedelic mushrooms in chronic confidence, but different mushrooms have different medicinal properties to them. This has been long-standing in Chinese medicine, you know, in different cultures throughout the world. Lots of natural remedies, this is nothing new, are used, and mushrooms are some of the highest regarded. Even scientifically, there's a lot more research done in the benefits of these mushrooms versus a lot of other natural remedies and fruits and that kind of stuff. So I really love this brand, the Genius brand. They have a lot of what's called nootropics. So let me see if I can pull my whiteboard up here. So nootropics, I hope I spelled that right. That's brain boosting vitamins, minerals, mushrooms, supplements. And now what nootropics do, some of them are what's called an adaptogen. And these mushrooms I'm about to tell you about are adaptogenic mushrooms. Now, our brain, we have different functions that happen, right? Different things that fire off, different chemicals that are released. And adaptogenic mushrooms, what they do is they balance the scales between what's released, what's fired off, so that you don't have any like effect like you would with an anti-anxiety or antidepressant, in the sense where it alters, you know, your being at all, or it makes you more out of it, or it makes you physically more relaxed. What this does is it like just smooths the edges over so that you don't have such a drop off from firing off or chemical going off or whatever it is that's going on. It just basically greases the wheels, I say. So it helps a lot with different things. Now, this blend, where the hell is it? Oh, the mushroom blend, the Genius mushroom blend. Ugh, it's a tongue twister. It's got a few different vitamins and minerals in here that I don't even feel like I need to waste your time talking about. It's good stuff. But what's most important are the 3 mushrooms that are in it. And I'm not going to lie, I think the Genius brand is a little bit pricey, but they're really, really, really high quality. They're like triple party researched. You know, they're like the highest quality vitamins and supplements in terms of, I don't get any kickbacks, by the way. This is just found on Amazon. They send you like a buy one, get one free card, which is awesome. Like you just scan it and get another bottle free. But should you want to buy these things separately, the mushrooms that are in this one, I'm going to write out what the mushrooms are and tell you a little bit about what they do. All right, so reishi mushrooms. These are awesome. They have been used forever, for literally ever. They help with aches, pains, dizziness, headaches. I forget what it's called, but it's, you know how fibro started out as the diagnosis to explain unexplainable pain? Like we don't know where it's sourced from. We don't know. They have an illness, I forget what it's called, brain fart, I'll look it up, that basically is like aches, pains, nausea, dizziness. And it's like unexplained. So in the studies that they did, they showed that using this, the reishi mushroom, it actually aided in all of those areas. So if you have aches, pains, random dizziness, random motion sickness, stuff like that, I mean, I have vertigo and it helps. I love it. You know, the reishi mushroom is really great for that. It's also great for your immune system, for mood, irritability, and fatigue, which is like, hello, all of us. It helps with anxiety and depression. But it's more so the reishi mushroom improves oxygen levels to the blood, to the cells, and everything like that. So you end up feeling well rested, which is something I think we're all after. It's also got lion's mane. This is a more common mushroom that you may have heard of. There's a lot of teas with it as well. And actually, there's been a lot of studies that have shown lion's mane is great for preventing or helping stave off dementia, Alzheimer's. If you have extreme brain fog, it's great for that as well. Helps with mental clarity. There's also some really exciting studies done on its ability to repair nerve damage, which is like amazing. So especially, if you don't have a nervous system disorder, but let's say you're on here watching this and you've got spinal issues, or you've got certain joint issues that are made worse because of the lack of cartilage and things like that. It's proven to kind of aid in that. I have to find the study because I'm not comfortable saying how much it aided in that, but it actually showed that it did help. So that's really exciting. It can heal ulcers and gut damage, which if you guys have seen my video on gut health, women with Hashimoto's, women with PCOS are both, they guaranteed have messed up digestive systems. That's why a lot of us also have digestive illnesses as well, or a lot of us have irritable bowel disorder or irritable bowel disease. I just call it IBD. I don't know which is the right one. But it helps with that as well. And it can help lower cholesterol naturally, which is amazing. So, and it's shown to reduce fat. I just wrote that. I didn't even really realize that happened. So there's that added bonus. And now my favorite, the gross ass mushrooms that I just posted in the Academy page. If you guys read that, the first paragraph, I was like, I wonder how many people are never going to take this because they're going to read where it comes from. But yeah, if only we knew where half of the stuff we ingest in our commercial products came from. They're pretty gross. So cordyceps, I hope I'm saying it right even. I don't even know. I just call them cordies. Cordyceps. Are actually allowed, like Chinese law, like they signed it into law that it's used in hospitals and regarded as a medicine. Like it's pretty potent stuff. It's amazing. If you look online, there's tons of info, but the main takeaways I found is it improves sex drive. So for those of you who are struggling with low sex drive, you could also feed this to your mans if he's the one with the low sex drive. I'm just saying, no judgment. But how many people are like, honey, when I said that? But yeah, you can get cordyceps and it helps with that a lot. And the reason that it does is because it has really strong anti-aging properties. So it actually extended the life, you saw this in the article, it actually extended the life of fruit flies and some various animals that they were tested on, which sad, but at least turned out well for them. But it helps with inflammation like crazy. It helps with insulin resistance, energy. It can lower blood sugar. So diabetics watching this, my fellow diabetes, just be careful when you take it. Monitor your blood sugars after so you can gauge and you don't end up running a low blood sugar. But it's apparently that potent. I've always just kind of tapered mine, so I've never really noticed like an issue. Plus, I eat pretty low carb, so I don't take a lot of insulin to begin with. So to non-diabetics, ignore all that mumbo jumbo. Let's see here. Anxiety, it helps with focus, energy. Again, it's another mushroom that boosts oxygen levels, which gives you that energy, that well-rested feeling. And seriously, there are so many benefits. They also use it topically for eczema, extreme eczema and psoriasis and stuff like that. But the topical cream is a lot harder to find and have it be pure. You'd have to like go to an Eastern medicine doctor for that. So I don't even know where the hell to get it, but I did read up on that especially with psoriasis, it's great. So that is the mushroom blend, the Genius Mushrooms blend from Amazon. I think this was like 20 bucks. So, and the reviews for all of these are crazy, like almost perfect. And there's thousands of reviews that you never see that on Amazon. So that's what I recommend in terms of mushrooms. Now, I do have some other products by Genius brand that also have mushroom in it, I think, to some degree. I want to talk about the sleep aid. I haven't used this yet. I don't really struggle with sleep, But I have a bunch of clients in this program who are struggling with sleep. So I wanted to see how this was because, again, the reviews were raving. I find it really interesting. This stuff, though, is supposed to help with adrenal fatigue. So if you have the type of PCOS with adrenal fatigue where you have extreme mood swings, extreme cravings, you have a lot of swelling in the upper part of your body, especially your face and neck, issues with hair fallout, really dry, crepey skin. It kind of mimics similar Hashimoto symptoms, inflammation. This really helps with that from what I've read. It takes the caffeine. This is the cool freaking part, right? It removes caffeine from your system. If you have any lingering caffeine from anything you've had in the day, it ends up flushing it or taking it out some friggin' how, and ends up relaxing you a lot, helps with the adrenal fatigue. It also has, the typical, the melatonin in it. This also has inositol in it, which is the main ingredient of Ovasitol, which we will talk about next. Ovasitol is just a name brand. Inositol is one of the proteins that's in it, and it helps with insulin resistance. So this is great. I can't wait to try it because honestly, the reviews were like, it doesn't knock you out, but you just get super relaxed and then ease into this super calm, like restful sleep, which it's like literally talking dirty to me hearing that. I was like, I don't even have issues sleeping and I'm ready. Like I want to go to bed now just to see what happens, So, and it apparently improves your focus and mental clarity the next day, the longer you use it, and it's non-habit forming. So let's hope. The reviews were great. All of them were like, I didn't think it would work, and it was great. So I'm pretty pumped about that one. But let me talk to you about my fave, if I haven't already, Ovasitol. And keep sending whatever you guys are sending in the chat. I love seeing it go off. As soon as I'm done just going through the products, I will answer it before we move on. So I promised, load up the comments. But Ovasitol. Ovasitol balances you out, so it helps with insulin resistance as well. Insulin resistance, some symptoms are you might have dark skin around certain patches like elbows, knees, around the neck, armpits, the groin area, like right on the bikini line. If you ever noticed that it's just kind of like waxier looking and like darker, like it's like a different texture than the rest of your leg, that could be from it. Chicken skin, acne, hirsutism, so the hair on the face, those are all signs, and extreme cravings and mood swings are signs of insulin resistant PCOS or insulin resistance in general. And this stuff really helps. You take a scoop in the morning and you take a scoop at night. It mixes, immediately dissolves into whatever. I've had it in like water and you can't taste it. It's just completely gone once you put it in there. For this, I do have a discount code, and that's on the Theralogix website. Code. I also, from their brand, you could get whatever inositol brand you want. I went with this because it was like the first time I was trying it, and it's the most trusted brand. So I was like, it has a lot of great studies that back it too. So I was like, I might as well just go for the Cadillac, right away, and just get the best of the best and see. I haven't really tried any others. So if you guys have experience with others, I've tried one other brand in the past that was big on Amazon, but I found I had to take 2 different types. This has everything you need in it. The same brand, Theralogix, makes TheraD, which is the vitamin D supplement that I use. Each tablet is 2,000 IUs of vitamin D, and it's D3, which is specific for pain, inflammation, aches, joint pain, stuff like that. Most women are vitamin D deficient, especially in this area of the country. Well, you guys are all over the place, but anywhere where it's not very warm the entire year, the women in that area are usually very vitamin D deficient. And the reason is reduced sun exposure. We absorb vitamin D the best. And my Hashimoto's girls, listen up to this part. When we have Hashimoto's, we don't absorb vitamins the same way. It just does not happen. Hold on, I'm gonna mute everybody. Am I muted? Can you guys hear me? No, I'm good. Okay. So vitamin D supplements and vitamin D from the sun are very different. Vitamin D supplements, it's important that you get a really good brand one. There's a lot out there. Don't go cheap when you get your vitamin D supplements because you're wasting your money and your time because you're not going to absorb most of it. Vitamin D is a very tricky nutrient for the body to absorb through food, through supplements, because it's intended for us to get it through sunlight. That's just biologically how it happens. Now, am I saying to go fry outside? Absolutely not. The best bet and the cheapest, honestly, is go outside if you can, take a 10-minute break around 2 or 3 p.m., which is like full sunlight, and just sit outside with like some part of you exposed, but not, don't hang out on blacktop with your arms out like this in the middle of the day. You're going to get sunburned, but just hang outside, go for a walk around your business complex or around your house, go in the backyard for a little bit, like 10 minutes. Each day is going to boost your vitamin D levels tremendously. And honestly, they say the best place to absorb it is like the upper body. So don't just leave your legs out, even though, God, my legs need some sun. If you feel like you're hot, you feel like you're burning, go inside, okay? Don't push it. But getting sunlight vitamin D is going to improve your aches, pains, swelling, and your immune system, as well as help with hair fallout, things like that, especially if you have Hashimoto's. So keep that in mind. What else I got over her? This is the new probiotic from Genius brand that I'm trying to. Put this here. TheraD is my vitamin D supplement. But this one's from Genius brand, the Pro GT. This is a probiotic. I'm excited to start. I didn't realize it works to still selling our probiotics, like complete brain fart, and I had ordered this already. But this one has moringa in it, a lot of it, which is a superfood that battles inflammation as well, which we are always trying to fight in our autoimmune bodies. And it also has 10 billion active cultures, pre and probiotic. And it has, what the hell is this in here? Oh, green select. So it's got green tea, like pure ECGC, which is what in green tea makes our metabolism speed up. So again, had great reviews. I'm really excited to try this. If you are a customer of mine with It Works already, though, if you want to order the It Works probiotics, they're great. They're also 10 billion active pre and probiotic cultures, super natural formula, and they're also awesome. I just complete brain fart. Party foul. But I'm excited to try it. I'll let you guys know my thoughts on both ones. Okay, so, oh wait, no, I have a couple more vitamins. Okay, 2 vitamins I'm going to suggest to you are zinc but it has to be what's called, I don't know how to pronounce this, chelated. And then evening, I mentioned this yesterday in the chat, evening primrose oil. So before I get into evening primrose oil, because that's more hormonal, the zinc is super important because without zinc, we can't absorb vitamin A. And vitamin A is responsible for regulating the hormones in how our skin reacts, with our oil glands, with our pores, allow the immune strength against bacteria on the skin, which is what causes acne. When you take birth control or you have a severe hormone imbalance, your body just doesn't really make zinc. It's like out of here. Doesn't absorb it, doesn't make it, it's just gone. And then we don't really have any vitamin A. And that's why it tends to have, like, if you have Hashimoto's, you have skin problems. If you have PCOS, you could have acne, things like that. So when you take zinc, you start absorbing vitamin A, your skin reacts differently. It starts glowing like it's crazy. I have a few, I just got my period like yesterday. And I have some planets on my face. But aside from that, I'm not wearing foundation. I just spot treated. Like I just covered up the zits. That's it. So, and my skin's never been this way, ever. So, love it. Evening primrose oil. this is what we're going to get into now when we're talking about hormones more. So these two things are what I really recommend to help you guys. Evening primrose oil and spearmint tea. You've seen me talk about spearmint a lot more, but I got this on Amazon. I think I got 75 pure organic spearmint tea. Like there's nothing else in them but spearmint. I think this was $9, I'm pretty sure, for 75 bags. And what that does is it removes the excess androgens. Androgens are the male hormones that we produce too much of. And if you have that kind of PCOS. So if you tend to have hirsutism, which is the facial hair, if you have acne or really oily skin, if you're having hair fall out from your scalp, skin issues in general, cravings, aggressive mood swings more so than the sad mood swings, and tends to be more sweet cravings as well, you may have the more androgenic type of PCOS. The spearmint balances that out and it removes excess androgens. So you'll notice an improvement in all those things, as well as regulating sex drive. So if you have hyperactive sex drive, not that it's going to drop you down to nothing, because I know it's like the fine balance. It's like, I don't want to knock on wood the wrong way. Well, pun intended. I don't want to sit here and like curse the fact that I have this, but I would kind of like to just not feel like a freak of nature. Then spearmint is your go-to. I just drank 2 bags in a mug of hot water. It's so yummy. I feel like I just brushed my teeth and it's great. So love spearmint tea. Evening primrose oil regulates estrogen. So it'll help you if you teeter back and forth or you have an estrogenic dominant PCOS. Let's see, what are those symptoms? I'm so bad at this one because I don't have it by a long shot. But if you tend to carry all your upper weight in your top half, your hair is fine on your head, albeit maybe a little bit thin. You don't really have acne or facial hair all that much. You have more fatigue. You have more depression type of mood swings. You crave more carb type of foods instead of sweets per se. You might be more of a foodie, like me. The only thing I have in common with estrogenic PCOS. But the evening primrose oil really balances that out as well and can help regulate sex drive too. Just saying. And it helps if you have awful periods. Like if you have really bad pain, really heavy periods, long periods, things like that, or even no periods, evening primrose oil really, really, really helps. All right, I have like nowhere to, this stuff is like covering my little area of my desk. It looks cute and everything until you see what my desk looks like. Just want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Now I'm going to get into skin real quick. Some things I'm trying that I love. I think that's all I got for you. Yeah. So one, did you guys see me post about zit stickers? Guys, this is the way of the future. These zits were literally planets. Like they were huge. When I was on a profile, you could see like the bump. It was cystic and awful. 3 nights I put one of these on here on, I'll show you. I got like 75. Don't buy them off Instagram. If you did already, awesome. I heard those are really good, but they're just a little bit pricey for my blood because I hadn't tried them yet. Maybe I'd be willing to try them. I don't know. These I got on Amazon. They were like, got 75 of them, I think, for $10. And each little one is a sticker you take off and you literally put it on top of a zit. Just so funny. I put my selfie camera on my phone at night and I have it on my nightstand. I'm like trying to put the zit stickers on, but it's definitely, I'm the most attractive in those times. But these are great. They're like, they flattened out. I'm putting them on old, like scarred ones that are completely textureless, but they're still dark. And I had a bunch of, again, I don't have foundation on except for some spots over here, but I had all scarring right here. These 3 nights, love them. Especially good if you're stressing out before a big event or something, and you have a hormone imbalance. Stress, as you guys have heard me say, is the #1 cause of them to be even more imbalanced. So you might break out more if you're going through a stressful period of time. Get you some zit stickers for sure. Yeah, the ones on Instagram I think are like $30 and you get like 12. I'm pretty sure. It's crazy. And then here it is. Sea buckthorn oil. Let me put this down. Okay. Sea buckthorn oil is amazing. That the woman that I watch on Instagram that I absolutely adore, the one who taught me like gua sha and the facial massage techniques and all that stuff. Oh my God, I love her. She swears by sea buckthorn oil. And I started reading into it a lot more, and people are cleansing with this. You don't wash your face with this. What you do is you just keep soaking cotton pads with this and just wiping away stuff until the cotton pad is like pretty much clean, and you leave whatever's there on, and it just completely balances the levels of your skin. So even if you don't have acne, but you have very combination skin where like each part of your face is a different mind of its own, you know, or you have very dry skin, whatever your skin issue is, it's literally a cure-all. It just balances it to be what it should be. So she uses a much more expensive one. I am new to this and my skin is very sensitive. So while it's really intriguing, and I did read some stuff with excess androgens in the skin, in the face, and how this removes it and pulls it, I want to try it, and I will let you guys know how it goes before I give you this brand, because I don't even know if it's any good. If I don't like this one, I'm just going to bite the bullet and get the more expensive one, because her skin is literally out of this world. Like, I know she owns a spa and everything, but she swears by it. I trust her. I freaking love her. But sea buckthorn oil is TBD. All right, I just want to make sure I got everything here. I hope I didn't drive any of you guys nuts that were listening to this. I feel like I talked a mile a minute. I'm going to save this whiteboard and I will post on the video. How do I get out of here? Okay. Let me check out the chat. Buck, what's a pill? What do you mean? But before you take your whiteboard down, let me snap a pic. That's okay, Rebecca. I saved it, so I will be posting it. I definitely don't need help in the sex drive department. Look at you, ladies. Do you eat them or take them like a pill? Oh, the mushrooms? They're just a pill. Sorry, I probably should have told you guys. These are just capsules. The Pro GT I haven't started yet. I'm going to take that in the morning so I'm not up all night. But yeah, they're just capsules, regular capsules. The sleep aid are too. The Ovasitol is a powder. You just dump that in whatever fluid. I put it in my breakfast matcha latte every morning. These are kind of huge. The Evening Primrose ones. I want to find like little ones, but this brand is really great. It's such high quality. It's in a glass bottle as well, which preserves it and doesn't have any hormone disruptors. I don't know. I'm a nerd. I'm like a crunchy nerd. But Solgar is the brand. I can post all of what I bought in the comments as well, so you guys can search it on Amazon. But yeah, no, that's like a freaking horse pill. That I was like, oh God, here we go. This might be the one that ends it all. Like yeah, it was like huge. But more power to you guys. Tea is just tea. These are tiny. That's all. If we're already taking Ovasitol, is it okay to take the sleep aid with inositol in it? Yeah, it's not going to up the ratio too much, and it's just one of the two ingredients in one of the two proteins in Ovasitol, so you should be good. Def, getting that in no dark skin areas was, yeah, it's like the biggest sign of insulin resistance. Like, because a lot of when people ask me, well, what kind of PCOS do I have? there are a lot of different types, but a lot of them, it's not like it's just clean cut. You only have X, Y, and Z. A lot of times people have a little bit of a few different issues because it's complete imbalance. So it's about finding out your own balance. Insulin resistance is easy to detect though when you have the dark spots, because that's like dead giveaway. Another one is if you get up in the middle of the night to pee like clockwork, that's another one, insulin resistant. Coupons, love coops. Yeah, again, I'm pumped. I didn't even know. This didn't come in the last time that I got anything from them, but I got it for like all 3 bottles. Maybe I'll do a giveaway and I'll let you guys use my free bottles. I don't know if we can do that. Can we be shady like that? And I can let you guys rip off the company, because I'll do that. I'll do it for you guys, but I'll look into that and tell you. Will that joint pain stuff help with my bad knee pain, lack of meniscus and bone knocking on bone? Oh my God. Sounds terrible. I guess give it a shot. There's a lot of other great side effects to it too. If you're talking about the mushrooms, there's like so many great mental clarity, mood, appetite. Oh, that's the other thing. The probiotic that I got, I didn't even intend for this, but it has an appetite suppressant in it. So if you tend to have really bad cravings throughout the day, it could be helpful. Sorry, wanted to say it before I forgot it. Try it. It's got so many psychological benefits besides the joint repair that it's worth it, in my opinion. We have reduced vitamin D exposure in Florida. Yeah, my best friend lives in Florida, and I thought she was just always going to be tan for some reason, like, because I'm in Jersey, and everybody thinks that people in Florida just are all super tan. So the first time I saw her, I'm like, what the hell, you're pale as hell. She's like, I work, first of all, 9 to 5, and also it's so hot. I'm in the air conditioning all the time. I'm not trying to lay out constantly. I was like, huh, go figure. When you're trying to take vitamin D, that you can't have too much vitamin C because they like fight each other. I haven't heard that about the vitamin itself. It may be from additives in the vitamin C. I have heard that before, that vitamin C is usually really crappy quality. That's why they have like $4 huge bottles of vitamin C at Walmart, is because typically they cut it with some pretty subpar stuff. So I've heard that, but I'll look into that more for you. My family and I have huge vitamin D deficiency for some reason. Yeah. It could be the area you're in. It could just be, like you said, hereditary. It could be Hashimoto's, underlying Hashimoto's within the family that they haven't been checked for. C helps D be absorbed. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard that it's the actual vitamins themselves. I heard that there's just a lot of controversy about really cheap vitamins. Guys, just so you know, it might be tempting when you're looking for these things. Everyone's always asking me when they start this program, what supplements should I get? What vitamins should I get? And I used to like full-time sell supplements. Like, that's how I got started on social media, was selling supplements day and night. Trust me when I tell you, not all supplements are created the same. They do not need to be FDA approved in this country. No supplements. So even like breast milk formula, I should say, even that's considered a supplement to breast milk. That's not FDA approved either. That's not like that's freaking baby formula, you know? So that being said, my dad packages pharmaceuticals. That's his company's job. And I can't tell you the amount of recalls on vitamins in Walmart, in GNC, and things like that from the manufacturers of those vitamins from all over the world, because they have no regulations. So they'll just find stuff in vitamins all the time and recall tons of it. And like, we don't hear a lot about it, especially Bayer. So if it's a Bayer vitamin, I'm just saying, I don't want to talk smack, but I'm just saying, look at, that's why I rely on Amazon, which could sound stupid and sketchy, but if it's sealed, right, and it has 1,000+ reviews on it from people who've been using it for months, to me, that's getting like kind of a better idea than just reading what the features of the bottle are. So don't try to go for the cheap vitamins. You know, you're putting these nutrients in your body. Do you want to eat a Big Mac or do you want to eat filet mignon? You know, don't put things that are just full of plastics and fillers. Truly, they found countertop material in a very common vitamin from the Walgreens, I think, got recalled recently and found countertop material in it. So yeah, be picky about your vitamins. I feel like I'm taking a million medicines. Yeah, I feel ya. We've all been there. Switch between the two, androgen and estrogen. You can do that. That can be true too. You can have qualities of both. But there's always one that's more dominant. So we can chat privately about that. But yeah, there's always going to be one that's more so than the other. The shroom thing, but you said after okay, cool. I plan to grab all of them in batches, but what 3 would you recommend to absolutely get now? Okay, cool. I would recommend the mushrooms, the evening primrose oil, and then skin. There's a difference. I'm trying to think of 3. The spearmint tea is just spearmint tea. I feel like the minute you have like an extra $6 to $9 in your pocket, just get you some spearmint tea. You can get it at the store too. So I would say either the evening primrose oil or the zinc, especially if you have skin issues, zinc. If you have period issues, hair issues, mood issues, evening primrose. And if you really, really want, I think this was like $12. Again, I will let you know the quality of this, the sea buckthorn oil. The amount of recalls for supplements that I've coordinated, diet pills and supplements, yeah, so many recalls. It's really tragic. So what price point on the oil? The sea buckthorn? This one I think was like 12. The one that the other woman uses that I'm just gonna end up buying, I know it, because I don't want to use a dropper bottle, as stupid as this. I have OCD, so I have really weird quirks about packaging and like the stuff that I use. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to anybody else unless they get it. But like using a dropper bottle versus using like the pump top bottle that comes with like the hole in the top, you just put the cotton pad on. I don't know. I might go for it. This might weird me out, but I'll let you know. I'm shocked today. That one's like 35, but that one's like that big. So it evens out. You don't have to use a lot of it. Okay, guys. So that's all I got for you in terms of my favorites right now, what I'm trying right now that I'm really pumped about. I will keep you guys updated on everything. When I post this recording, I will put what I used so you can search it on Amazon for yourself. But I want to do our closing word today, which is ways that we protect ourselves that are not helpful or healthy for us. We all do it. And it can be from the past. It can be from something we're currently going through. It can be from learned behavior over time or fear over time. But the main ways that I've noticed that people protect themselves when it comes to food, body, feeling good enough, things like that, are these key phrases. And tell me if you guys relate to any of them, okay? 1, blaming ourselves. I know I have to be better at blank. Yeah, I know I shouldn't have blank. Oh, I know that that's bad. But blaming yourself, that's a really common one because it's kind of like, don't say it, I'll say it instead. But that's a lot of times not what the other person's even thinking. So when you do that, what that shows is that that's coming from a place of wanting to be accepted. And maybe it's because you don't know what you should really be doing, and that's embarrassing to you. Or maybe it's because you don't know why you can't just seem to do what other people do. But at the end of the day, everybody struggles with the same thing. And I said this to a few clients this week, is that 70% of people are sitting there hating their bodies and their diets and wanting to make a change at any given moment, at any given weight. So most people that we encounter in our lives are just in the same predicament as us. Just because they look different doesn't mean that they're not truly maybe struggling with weight loss or eat more than they think they should, or just I don't know, shitty people, who knows? But we don't know anything about anyone else to need to protect ourselves and kind of insult ourselves before anyone else can. We're shooting ourselves in the foot. I want you guys to love the crap out of yourselves, because it doesn't change anything in your life except for the better when you do. It doesn't make life worse when you love yourself, you know? And the number one way you can start doing that is by stop trying to blame yourself if you don't know something or you aren't good at something right away. There's no need to. If someone else has got a problem with it, that's their problem, okay? Another one, pushing away. People who ghost, they just get quiet. And then they know that they ghost, and they feel bad because they don't want that other person to be hurt that they ghosted. So they stay ghosting. They get more distant. They dodge your call. You know, you start dodging calls. You dodge messages. You're like making excuses. And you're not a flake or a bad person. You probably want to be around these people. You want to talk to these people that you're avoiding. But something in your head makes you feel like you can't deal with that right now. You know, what if their reaction is bad for some reason, whatever reason? What if I go and I'm no fun? What if I go and I don't feel well and I have to come home early? So we avoid. But what happens is you alienate people. Do you know when that happens, most people just think it's something they did. Like, most people think that it's something they did to upset you and they don't know how to handle it. So my advice to you in that is, when you want to ghost, do the brave thing and say, hey, I'm feeling a little bit uncomfortable talking to you because I'm afraid you're going to judge me. The funniest thing is, from the most emotional of all of us, a lot of times those same most emotional people in here are the ones who avoid. They're the ones that have the hardest time being vulnerable or being open or telling somebody, I'm feeling like this. The ones that do tell people they're feeling a certain way will then be like, I don't know why I'm like this. It's always one or the other. It's a complete avoidance, or they're vulnerable, but then they hate themselves for it. And the power I want to instill in you guys is, you can be brief with somebody. You don't have to explain your whole life story. You don't have to make someone think you're freaking out and you're unhinged or crazy or whatever story you've told yourself. But you can straight up say, I don't want you to think I'm distant because I'm mad at you. I just am going through a lot right now and I don't know how to act. And give that person the room to maybe be there for you, instead of tell you to go scratch like you're afraid that they will. Staying closed-minded to things you've never done. This is something that, I do it. And then I have to check myself and be like, what are you doing? Like, why? How do you know that that's not right, or that couldn't be the case? You know? So when we're faced with something that we've either never thought of before, or we've been wondering about in the back of our head and it's confirmed for us, sometimes we resist the idea. We start rationalizing and we start saying, no, that can't be right because I feel like this, or, you know what, I don't know, because when that happens, this happens. And we start to be argumentative with it, when in fact, the only way to know if it's right or not is to be open-minded and see, maybe that is something that could help me. Maybe that is some way that I haven't thought before that could be helpful. My point is, if you're upset with where you're at, you have nowhere to stand and say it's the only way. So open yourself up to that possibility. And don't be afraid that it'll backfire. Keep your eyes open, because at the end of the day, you'll know something that worked for you and something that didn't work for you. But at least you won't be sitting there arguing the possibility without having that proof and that experience to go with it, you know? And my favorite, I don't know why. I hear this probably 30 times a day. I don't know why. I see Ashley laughing over there. She's like, girl, she's talking about me. No, I'm talking about a lot of people. Like, the funniest thing is, I want you guys on these group calls to see you're all so alike. We're all so alike. None of us are alone. So many of you guys, and I love it because it gives me a coaching moment. But if there's one weight I could take off your shoulders, is you're not supposed to know why if you don't know why. But you could learn. So I did this with 2 or 3 people this week, and it was really helpful. If you are somebody who's like, I don't know why I eat these things. I don't know why I'm so emotional. I don't know why I told that person that I don't care when I do. I don't know why I feel sick being around my significant other, you know, whatever. I heard it all this week. This week was a very, very emotional week. If you are someone that's like, I don't know why, or I don't know why I don't pick this instead of that, why I crave sweets, I want you to start a list in your phone, the I don't know why list. And I want you to list in there things that you don't know but are going to get better at, or things you don't know that you're determined to learn, because it takes it from being the I suck because I don't know it, and it changes it to I now know what I have to learn, which is the same freaking thing, right, guys? It means the same thing. I don't know it versus I need to learn it. So it takes your mindset from the place of beating yourself up, and it changes it to show you areas in which you can grow. And that's not a dead end anymore. So you don't have to feel bad about yourself. You know, a lot of us are in here because we've gone through experiences in our life that we resent a lot. But I want you guys to understand, I wouldn't be able to speak to you guys if I didn't have to suffer at some point. We wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be talking. We wouldn't have all admitted things about ourselves that we hate and things that we've been trying to fix for a long time, and have come together and supported each other and be in the place to offer help. None of us would be here. We would all just be, I mean, what might sound like a great thing on some days, but we'll just be floating through life, you know? So stop hating your struggle, as hard as that is. And I'm not saying that there aren't days that I'm like, man, I would give anything to be some basic, boring bitch today with no health issues and no personality and just be sitting there, not in pain. Like, I would love that. You know, man, I would love to just have a friggin' kid. You know, like, man, of course, everybody has those days and those times. And I'm not saying I'm like, yes, I'm infertile and sick as hell, I'm pumped. Like, I'm saying, like, be real with yourself and say, yeah, I mean, I wish it was an easier road, but at the end of the day, I'm not useless because I'm struggling more. I'm not useless because things are harder for me than they are for other people. I'm just me. You know, that thought process gets easier to adopt after a while. And after you start making progress and growing, you guys will inadvertently be helping other people in some capacity, whether it's your relationship, whether it's your job, whatever the case may be. As you guys grow and get stronger as humans, you're going to impact anybody you come across differently, because you're going to become your best version of yourself and your most efficient version of yourself, you know? So keep telling yourself that I have to learn, I have to start here because I have to get better, because I'm going to be my best version for my kids, my significant other, my career path, everything. A freaking stranger, you know? We're all capable. So that was my ending word. I feel like Jerry Springer with the final word, but oh my God, remember that? Is that still on? I think it's still on, like during the day, like old lady times. Anyway, thank you guys for hopping on, for watching this, for dealing with the crazy time-changing stuff. If you can, message me privately and tell me which you would prefer going forward, 8 or 8:30, or I don't know, 8:15, 8:20, whatever. I just want to get a feel for the group and see, you know, if it's just more convenient or if it's really a struggle to get on earlier. And I'll adjust it as need be. All right. Feel free to send any questions, anything at all in the page, the chat, to me privately. I'm here for you guys. We're all here for each other. Enjoy the rest of your night and look out for this video. If not tonight, tomorrow morning. Okay. Bye.